Scuba, buddy.
Oh, special Easter edition of Out of Your Falcon Mind coming to you on a Sunday at 5:30. You ready, buddy?
I'm ready, buddy. Let's go.
And welcome in, everybody, to episode 166 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons fan cast. My name is John, your host, joined by my boy Mike, as always, coming to you, like I said, on an Easter Sunday because, hey, why not?
So let me tell y'all how crazy I am. I didn't know it was Easter Sunday until John just said it seconds ago. I never knew. I was wondering why all the churches was. I was just thinking that earlier. Why all the churches full? But okay, I get it now. It's Easter Sunday. I did not know that until moments ago.
Yeah, so I mean, we've if y'all listened to the show recently, obviously, I mean, we've told everybody that our schedules have been just all over the place. Mike's been in and out of town for work. Liam's been rehabbing his arm, trying to get it better, and it is, thankfully, it is better. So he's ready to go. He's good to go now. But it's just been between baseball and work and everything. It's just been nuts, man. So I haven't been able to do any of the free agent videos I wanted to do.
I ain't posted in a month.
Yeah, Mike hadn't posted in a month. I was going to do some draft, but I still may do some draft profiles. We've only got about 3 weeks to the draft, so there's a chance I might do a few draft profiles on some guys that are rumored that we may be in the market to get or whatever. But it's been crazy. So we had some time this weekend. And we were like, hey, why not? I don't know how many folks we'll have in the chat tonight, man. But if y'all are here tonight, we much appreciate y'all coming by and hanging with us tonight, talking some Falcons and kind of catching up over the last week, week and a half. I guess we had our last show we had Fleek on, and that was right after Kirk had signed, and we were going through all that. And then a week before that, Bless Your Heart Boys and everything was on, and we were talking. That was actually right after the day that Kirk signed, so that was a hell of a good show. And so that brings us to this. So y'all may notice that you don't see any Variety Sports Network stuff on here. We normally do it. So we're no longer part of Variety Sports Network, and that is nothing to do with anything other than the fact that we've got a cool opportunity with our boys, Bless Your Heart Boys, Matt and James. We're going to start something kind of ourselves. So I'm not going to get into too many details, but we're going to have some just really cool stuff coming this year, content-wise, around Atlanta. Maybe some sports-related stuff, maybe not, but it's just going to be some very, very cool stuff. And we just felt it was we couldn't pass it up, really, for us to do. It just made a lot of sense for us. And I can't say enough good things about the guys at Variety Sports, man. Brandon, Darren, Josh, everybody over there, just fantastic guys. They came to us 2 years ago when we had nobody watching us and was like, hey, man, I think y'all have a great show. Y'all want to come on, join Variety Sports. And, they were young and growing. I think they've only been around for a few months. So we did. We supported them. They've supported us. We've been on some of the network shows, and that'll still continue. Like Mike and I will still be going on Gridiron up and down there because we love Darren. It's a great show. And good guys. I'll still go on Seventh Inning Stretch, talk some Braves, talk some baseball. So that's none of that's going to change. We're still going to support those guys because, like I said, we love them. They work very hard at what they do. So, shout out to VSM. But this is all us. We're all on our own now. So, everything that
free agents, buddy. So I just want to say this to everybody. Once again, I just want to piggyback and say we love those dudes. There's no issue. It was no issue that the reason why we're not over there no more. We just we seek to own anything we do. So we own everything we do. We own it, and that's the way we want to do. And we got some more stuff. Cause I got some personal stuff that I ain't been on for a month, but I've been working on some personal stuff. I got a whole new brand and thing I'm doing, so it'll be coming out in a week. John and me, we're gonna do some new stuff again. We will expand. We just expanding, so we had a chance to rest. And so we were off for a month, but we were working and we were thinking, we was doing things behind the scenes, just getting the business of it right. And we expanding, and we intend to go up, and we intend to be the superstars that we are, and to rise the platform to bigger and brighter and just better things. But there's no diss to nobody. We love those guys and we everything. But again, we just going in a new direction. We got a bunch of new things coming for y'all Falcon Mind. We got some stuff that had nothing to do with Out of Your Falcon Mind. It's it's going to be a good time going forward. But we both needed a break for about a month, so we deserved it. We earned it, Johnny H. So it was kind of cool. So I just wanted to tell anybody, if y'all was inboxing me, if y'all was texting my phone, I apologize, but I needed a break. So when I do that, I don't text back, I don't call back, I didn't write back. I wasn't being rude. I just need time sometimes to get away from it. I don't like social media that much, but I have to deal with it for what I'm trying to do. But so I was not being rude. I promise I'm not going Hollywood yet. I'm going. I'm never go yet. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but that's just me and John really needed a break from everything and everyone just to kind of calm down and get our mind right and our personal lives in order. So we did that and we back. It's kind of.
That's right. 100%. I mean, I've barely been on Twitter. You guys, Bob, if you're on Twitter, you probably noticed like I've been tweeting a lot the last couple of days because the Braves have been on. So I've been tweeting during the Braves games. And yesterday I was out on our back patio watching the Braves, having a cigar, enjoying the evening and whatever. But yeah, just we just needed a little break. And like I said, it was a good time of the year. There's not a ton going on. You know what I mean? Just before the draft, this news has been kind of quiet. A few things, obviously, we're going to talk about. But yeah, everything Mike said is true, man. So just like I said, keep your eyes on the channel, and if you haven't subscribed yet, just go ahead and do that and subscribe and like the video. Keep us scrolling. Like I said, I think you'll like what we have coming down the road, and something new to StreamYard. So we can actually see now like how many folks watch us on Twitter and how many watch us on Facebook and stuff like that. Used to, it was just kind of like, I think it was just basically just YouTube. So we had no idea as many people watch us on Twitter as they do, because these last few shows I've been seeing this ridiculous numbers. And I was like, there's no way we went up that much, but it was due to Twitter. So if you guys are watching on Twitter, hey, thank y'all so much, because I didn't even know we were getting that much response on Twitter. But if y'all do have a YouTube, feel free to pop over and subscribe. It helps us out on both platforms and just helps us, more get out there to more Falcons fans. So we appreciate that. Same thing with Facebook, as on the Facebook group. But yeah, so on today's show, man, Raheem obviously made some comments last week. We're going to talk about some changes to the rules. Obviously, the kickoff hip drop tackle now illegal. We'll get into that. Talk about free agency, AJ Terrell, possibly extension coming down the pike. Don't know. Tori McElhenney had a really good article about that. And then is the eighth pick becoming a little bit more clear now? Like, is it kind of honing in on what we're going to do now at the eighth pick? And we'll do underrated, overrated, and to close the show, because we're gonna have some fun, man. It's been a little bit. So before we get going, let's jump in the chat, man. Cool stuff I want to share.
I want to share. If y'all here Easter Sunday, I love you. Hey, man, thank you.
Chris,
I know the
Chris just texted me. Chris texted me minutes before I went on the show. Hey, what's this? I couldn't hit him back. So yeah, Chris. Hey, it was just a last minute thing today. We were going to go on. So Bradley, what's up, buddy?
Double B Rod. Marlon, what's up? I've been away, man. We all been away, dog. How's everybody doing?
Good,
Happy Easter. I didn't even know it was Easter.
Hey, catching this first live show. Hey, appreciate you, dude. I'm glad you could pop in here for the first live. What's going on, man?
Ratu, whatever your name. Hey, guys. Happy Easter. Christ has risen. He is the King of Kings.
Let's go, buddy.
Easter, buddy. Double H. Happy Easter to all, my man.
I got to give a shout, hopefully, too, man. Got another Alzheimer's shirt and donated to the cause as well. If y'all don't know, you can get merchandise at our store, man. It's bonfire.com. I'll put it across the bottom of the screen right now. You can get that we have Alzheimer's selection, so it's a purple shirt with our Out of Your Fucking Mind logo onto it, and any purchases like that, any proceeds will go toward Alzheimer's research, and hopefully purchase another one. And we appreciate that, buddy. It's very much appreciated. Let's see, where were we at? We jumped down one. Lon said, yeah, hey, yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate you, dude. Liam, what's going on, dude?
Liam,
so we're wondering what are we doing with our secondary at this point. Also, we have lost out on so many DN trade opportunities. What are we going to do in the free agent trade market? I know we're going to get to both those type of things, man. Definitely going to get to both of those, man. Berto, what's going on, brother?
Berto, what up?
I saw they had a show on earlier today. I couldn't catch it, but make sure y'all check out Berto, man, 95 Sports. Falcons Talk Show. Midas, what's up, man? He said, what's going on, Falcon family? Feel like I missed way too many live shows. Hey, man, we've only had very few recently. So if you're talking about us, hey, it's all good. We've been a little busy too, man. Kenny, what's going on, man?
Kenny, what up?
Good to see you, bud. Hey, Darren, what's going on, man? He said, what's up, boys? Happy Easter. Appreciate everything. Hey, right back at you, brother. Another great show on Friday Sports. Make sure to catch them out on there. Let's see. Jamal, what's going on, dude?
Jamal, what up?
Wallace, what's cracking, man?
Wallace, what up? Easter
See you, brother
Sunday.
Chris.
I'm so
What's going on,
surprised
man?
there's not one person in here. I swear to God, I love all of y'all.
Me too. I know. I had no idea we were going to get folks today, man. Father Mullet, what's going on, man?
Father
Good
Mullet.
to see you, brother. Marina, what's going on? Good to see
Marina.
you. Oh, no problem. We have like my kids playing video games. I think my wife's playing video games. So hey, we're good, man. Hopefully, so my mom has been in the hospital all month and just released on Good Friday. Hey, that's great news, man. Hopefully, she keeps recovering.
It was really a good Friday then.
Yeah, hopefully she keeps on the right track, man. But yeah, much love to you, hopefully. And also, man, we have to shout out. We had a review, and y'all can do this too. I just kind of leave it as it is, but on Spotify, if y'all listen to us through the airwaves, then you can actually comment on the show. And we had a comment on the last show, and I gotta shout you out. And same thing with iTunes. If y'all comment on iTunes, I'll definitely read the comment if you want me to. But this is a shout out to Reginald, man. He said, "Elite podcast. Yet another awesome episode I've been following for over a year now and have not been let down or disappointed with the content at all." Dude, we appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Very, very much, man. And we do have an email, Mike.
Okay.
And y'all can email us at atlfalconfancast@gmail.com. And this email is from Rachel. So, hey, Mike and John.
Who?
Rachel.
Okay.
Yeah. So she said, "Hey, Mike and John, just want to email because I never get a chance to watch you guys live, but I always listen on my way to work or at work sometimes. I've been listening for about 8 months and really enjoy what you guys do. It's been informative, entertaining. You both offer great opinions, and I love that you both don't take yourselves too seriously. Never.
No.
I read that, or I think it was a movie one time I saw. I was like, don't take life too seriously. You never get out alive. Perfect.
Yeah.
I do have a few questions if y'all wouldn't mind answering on the next show. John, I'm assuming with you being a Bama guy, you'd prefer Turner at 8. If not, who of the top 3 edges would you want, assuming that you do want an edge at 8? I will get to that during the show for sure. Mike, when are you going to start watching college? With two question marks. It's so good, and you'll get to see future NFL stars get their start. You need to just pick an SEC team or a team that's on TV all the time so you can keep up. Mm-hmm. There you go. For both of you, do you think we take a QB as early as the second round this year?
Okay.
We can go and answer that one. I mean, I guess it wouldn't totally shock me depending on the QB, that's there. I would probably say no, though. I think that would be if we don't, I think it's gonna be a later round pick. Me personally, I don't know what you think, but
I would do it if it was up to me. But again, I think it'll be a later round pick. I think you got to go. You got to even Bo next is. I'm gonna say that again, but I think it'll be later round. But you still got Taylor.
Agreed. And an off the wall question for Mike. This is kind of funny, actually. Mm-hmm. I'm recently engaged, and I know John has been married for, I want to say 20 years, if I remember him saying. It's actually 22, but
Johnny,
yes, 20
close.
But if I remember him saying, yeah, all right, so you've known them for a long time. What would you say is the key to their happiness from the outside looking in?
Oh, that's a good one.
As someone that's looking forward to their new relation, their new marriage. John, you can answer too, but I was curious of Mike's perspective. Thanks again, guys. I really appreciate what you do and the time and energy you put into it. I will be able to catch the draft show live, luckily with New Millennium. I cannot wait. All the best, Rachel. Rachel, thank you so much. Mike, do you want to answer the last question?
Yes, I do. So if I had to pick one thing, I think that they, I don't see them. Okay, I don't know how to put this. They don't take petty stuff to the extent to win the argument. So what I mean is I've been present when they had a disagreement, and I seen a glance or two that is the evil eye. You don't got to say nothing because he here, but you know what I mean with this eye, right?
Yeah.
But these are small points. It's just petty points, and in a half an hour, they back talk it didn't happen. It's a whole nother thing. So that they don't try to win the point. And I pay attention to that. They never try to, hey, I'm right, and you got to say I'm right, or I'm not moving. No, I'm right. I'm right. I'm trying to win the point, because then it just ruins the whole day, and then he mad. I have never seen them do that. It'll be oh, I didn't know, or something. Oh, well, I'm sorry. And then it just dissipate. And then minutes pass and the whole topic has changed and they've moved on. And I see that with a lot of people. You so enthused to win the point. You feel it. Yes, you feel it in your chest. I'm right, and you know I'm right, and you wrong. I want you to say you wrong. I need an apology, and I want you to say I'm smarter than you, and I'm right. And you always, it's that type of energy, and I've never seen them do that. So I think that's a huge thing. It's like it's a small point. If I'm wrong or right, I'll just say it. I've seen John just say, "Hey man, I don't fuck. I was thinking, like I wasn't thinking when I done that, or I said that. I'm wrong. It's just that simple." And they apologize. And that's what I've seen a whole lot of people do. When you don't feel like you want to say you sorry, then it just like worsens a small thing just because you couldn't say sorry. And I've seen them just be like, hey, I wasn't thinking, or I'm sorry, I spilled something. I didn't know, I didn't see it. I didn't see the turn. I missed the turn. It's just that simple. Then it's over and they moved on. Yeah, they are the couple of why I'm single. I blame them, right? Because I have a girl that I call. You hear me call her my girl, but it's not my actual girlfriend. I just say it because I don't say it, I get dragged for not saying it. But they are the reason because I hold them as the if it ain't like this, I'm not doing it. Right. And it's never like that, so I never do it. You know what I'm saying? So but they are good like study case, like case study to pattern because it's two best buddies who are married and you see the friendship play out way trumping what is it, romance. You see friends instead of the young romance. And I think that that's the key to the lasting thing is it's two great these people are two like best friends who just you happen to be of like he's a guy and she's a girl and you see them like marry and then they have a kid who's like the third best friend in the group. It's a dope watch. It's like a Netflix thing. I'm gonna have a camera in the house and we're gonna make a movie of it. But if I had to say that one thing, it would be that thing. I haven't seen them with a petty point just spin out a whole thing just to win the point. Yeah, you were right, but you're taking it a little too far, or I was right, but now I'm taking it too far. I have never seen them do that. And I think that's just my observation. I don't know what go on in the house when I'm not there. You know, he could be punching holes in the wall. I don't know. Right. But I'm just saying from what I see, it would be that right there. Yeah.
That's a great answer. I was wondering when I read the email, I was like, man, I wonder.
Cheers to you, John Yates and the man.
But I don't know how to feel. I don't know I mean, I guess it's a good thing that you're not married yet because of that. Because I guess you didn't settle. You know what I mean? Like you didn't.
No.
Yeah.
But,
So nice.
no.
Yeah.
Hey, dog, if I can't have the peaceful experience that you all have without all the drama of it all, I don't hardly see that. I don't. And John is the only man. I was just saying this as a joke the other day, but this is the honest to God truth. Every guy that I've ever asked, they're like, how's it being married? Here's what they all 100% of them, except for John. He go like their wife standing right here. They be like, oh, it's great, man. Then 100% of the time, if she walk off, they be like, hey man, don't do this. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. They all tell me, hey, don't do it. It's you don't get anything. This is a bad idea. Stay the way you doing it. You having a great time. Enjoy yourself. Do not do this. John will tell you, bro, this is an awesome experience because he told me this a long time. I never forgot. He told me this in 2009. I asked John the same shit, and he said, man, I married my best friend. I never forgot it. I never forgot. I said, because I asked him, I said, how is it being married? And he said, man, I'm happy. I married my best friend. And I never forgot that. And I always saw that key that you got to marry your best friend. Because if you just marry because it's the moment, we trying to, because I think you sexy or I'm being romantic, where all of that go away.
Mm-hmm.
All of that go away. And the one thing that lasts through everything is you still my best friend. And you can see that with John and his wife. Like you can see, like they play, they silly, they still, you can see that. And I love to see that. Cheers to Johnny Yates and Amanda.
Thank you, buddy. Cheers back at you, man. And yeah, and that's perfect. I'm not even going to add to it. I mean, you got to have the romance part. It's got to be part of it. Like, you know, like same, just like the friendship. Yeah. It's got to be the same through. I mean, you know, because that's got to be a huge part of it too. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's perfect, dude. I mean, Bradley said, I can't believe I married my best friend last year, dude. 5 years.
That's so dope.
Love it, dude. Love it. Mactown, what's going on, man?
Mactown.
So Rachel, thanks for the question. That was definitely out of left field, but that proves that you have watched the show that we do talk about wild shit like that. So that's cool. Jamal, hey, great answer. Hey, perfect, man. All right, man. So let's get into and we'll talk about her other questions as we get on into the show too, as
Mhm.
you know, we've got that stuff coming up. But in what state? But today is National Crayon Day. So were you a good colorer? Like, did you like to
Oh
color
man,
growing up?
I
Did you
love
dig
crayon.
it?
Hey man, to this day, man, I have this like under the bed. It's a whole set. It's a huge set this big. It got like double doors. I opened up crayons, young colored pencils, markers, paint. Oh, I'm that type of dude. I'll sit in here
Love
if
it.
I gotta do something to stick on the fridge for my mind, like just something I
Yeah.
wanna. It got all the colors in it. It got little artsy things on it. So I'm big on crayons. I love crayons. I think crayons are dope. I love them. So
Dude, I didn't mind coloring, but I was terrible at art. Like I got the music side of the art gene, like not the actual like
yeah.
drawing part. Like I could not
Mhm.
stand the actual class. Like I sucked at it. I couldn't draw anything good. Like it was just bad, you know. And yeah, so but yeah, I mean I'm down with crayons though. But
Love
yeah,
crayons.
yeah, and I did get in like last show. I told you I was going to start watching Suits. I did. Suits is a damn good show, buddy. So if you on
Okay.
Netflix, it's like 8 seasons long,
Okay.
134 episodes. So like we're only in season 2.
Is Zach Morris in that?
No, you're thinking of another shit. It was on TNT. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, Franklin and
Yeah.
Bash. Franklin and Bash. That's what you're thinking of because
Okay.
it's
Okay.
similar. Like he was an attorney or whatever. Yeah,
I
same.
got you.
Yeah, yeah. But this is
Okay.
it's really good. It's really good. So I'm into
Okay.
that. I watched True Detective, the new True Detective on HBO.
Mhm.
Had like a Stephen King kind of feel to it. Have you seen
Okay.
it? It
No.
was like it's I don't know how I feel about it. Like at the end of it, I didn't know like if I was satisfied with the way it ended or not. But it was I don't know. It was okay. It was all right.
Mhm.
But you been watching anything during your break, man? You've been doing anything
Dog,
different?
I've been well, you know what I've been doing, but
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been yeah. But I tell you what, I didn't see anything new. But one thing I did do is that they got something in Atlanta. It's called bowling. Okay, it's football and bowling mixed with
Oh
alcohol.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is the greatest time. Just go Google that. If y'all in Atlanta, go bowling. It was a dope experience. I took my girl. We had a blast. It was a great experience. And they got drinks there. You throw in football. I don't even want to tell you what it is. It's called bowling. Just it's football and bowling and drinks. It's kind of
Love it.
dope.
Love
Yeah.
it. And of course, MLB is kicked off. I wear my
I
Braves
was just
hat.
about to ask you, how do you skip that, Johnny Yates? We
Yeah.
need your take. Are the Braves going to be good this year? Have
Oh
they
yeah.
started off good? Why are you not at game one?
Well,
Like,
it's in
come on,
Philly.
Johnny Yates.
It was in
Huh?
Philly. They started off in Philly this
Oh,
year,
I
like
got
they
you.
do almost every year, it seems like. But
Okay.
yeah, they blew them out the first 2 games, which was great to see. And then we lost today, but we won the series 2-1. Should have won today, but Aaron Bummer, his last name is Bummer. He look. I mean, he gave up the game for us, so that was kind of a bummer. So
He,
that kind of
he,
it wrote
he,
itself on that
he
one.
gonna be a meme.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah. But it's shit happens, but it's baseball. But yeah, I mean they're going to be their lineup is ridiculous. I mean the lineup's
Mhm.
ridiculous. Chris Sale looked amazing today. Freed was a little very shaky yesterday, but in his
Mhm.
first start, but Strider was ridiculous. So yeah, it's going to be a good season. We just got to stay healthy. Everybody stay healthy, but it's going to be fun. Man. It's going to be a good season.
Mhm.
Demetrius, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man.
DJ,
Bradley said crayons are tasty.
dog. I was just gonna say that they gotta do edible crayons for children, and I'm not saying that you should eat them, but you could eat them if you was a child. They gotta do that where you could eat them and it wouldn't harm you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jamal said that sounds like a prime opportunity for me to fall and fold myself like a log. Bowling, buddy. I'm trying to tell you.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yeah,
Atlanta.
100% true, 100% true, man. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much. And then Liam, Liam's been playing baseball. We were off this weekend, thankfully. We're off next week, and we played the
Mhm.
previous 2 weekends. He hasn't been able to pitch, which has been driving him crazy. But he was finally able to throw a
Mhm.
bullpen last week, and did some. He's back to himself. Like he looks good, so he's looking forward to pitching
Mhm.
this next tournament. So that's been good. That's been great to see him back to his confidence, just right back up to
Mhm.
where it was and everything too. So that's been good.
But I do want to throw this in there, John, for what's new. Y'all don't, y'all gotta do this. Just trust me on this one. And it's great to be safe and be cautious. But a lot of the places, the states that they tell you that you not supposed to go or you shouldn't go, when you go there, there are times you have a great experience. Like I love Alabama. I've been there so many times. I've had a great experience. Like almost like I love Alabama and like the Carolinas and all these places that they tell you like you shouldn't go there. I go there and I have a blast and I stay for a while. And I go have fun. It's just a great experience. So you got to check out, the places they tell you not to go. Now, if they really tell you not to go, don't go. If they tell you why you shouldn't go there, then you don't go there. But there are some places that they just try to tell you that the people hate you here if you go there, and the people go there and they treat you like gold. So just have an
Agreed.
open mind. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. Yeah, A1 said, Chris said the thing about Bummer is that if he does bad, he does have the wrong name last name. If he's cooking, he has the right last name.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
100%, man. Yeah, and Freed, that was Freed. So yeah, Max, dude, yesterday, so Max had the bases loaded, and had 2 strikes on the batter, and dude, he threw a strike down the center of the plate, and it was like not even top of the zone, like it was like a little bit on top of the zone, but like not so high. Dude called it a ball. So walks in a run. Next one, it was just like he should have been out of that inning right there with nothing. Yeah. So we ended up winning anyway, but it was just kind of, it was kind of that bullshit. That was one of the worst calls I've ever seen, man. Jamal said, "What are y'all's thoughts on the Jets getting Reddick? Think we didn't want to pay him." Yeah. So let's just get right into that, man. So we'll just start with free agency. So that's one guy that we all were kind of hoping that we would kind of at least take a shot at, right? Was getting Hassan Reddick, because he's played in multiple schemes. It's not like he had just been successful in one. He was successful in Arizona. He was successful in Philadelphia. So it's not like he couldn't succeed in our scheme. So I thought like, damn, this might be the guy we take a legit shot at. Then when I saw he got traded for a conditional 2026 third rounder, it's like what? That we didn't want to pay that. But yeah, I do think it is the fact that you're gonna give him an entirely new contract, and so yeah, that had to be the reason, I mean, and yeah, I mean, we literally, like Bradley said earlier in the chat, we struck out on every defensive end, and I don't even know that we even went for him, but the guys we went for, we struck out on, and now this, obviously we didn't land Hassan, so yeah, I think it kind of tends toward what that number 8 pick is going to be for sure. In my opinion. I mean, they still could surprise us, but I mean, what'd you feel about that, buddy?
No, I think the same thing. If we would have got it, I think that who knows what it would be at 8. But the fact that they chose not to, I think they chose because, like John said, I didn't even hear where we pursued. So I just think that they got it in their mind who they want at 8. I don't know who that might be, but if you're not pursuing those, I would assume that like at 8, we know. I'm gonna tell you the great thing about the draft and they getting the QBs is you almost can tell who's gonna be there now. And I think they saw that and like, oh no, if he gonna be there, so we getting him. So that's why they didn't pursue. So
yeah, exactly. I agree, man. So looking at Falcons released Justin Schaefer, guard. Which still, that year we drafted him, we still could have drafted. Like, it blows my mind we drafted him instead of Jamari Sawyer, who's doing pretty well for the Chargers. But anyway, he's gone. And we talked about it a little bit last week in the previous. We didn't really get into it about Taylor being the backup. Raheem did say that he's going to compete for the backup position. So I was the first one. Y'all know I was like, cut his ass like immediately because you save that money, but. They already paid him his bonus, but there still is a possibility he could be cut, as far as like further down the road, say they do draft a rookie and, the rookie beats him out. I mean, I don't know if they're going to carry 3 quarterbacks and have the one on, I don't know how they're going to do that this year, but like they did last year with Logan Woodside being on the roster, obviously you're going to have a practice squad guy. So who knows? I mean, I think it's probably more likely that he's going to be the backup quarterback. Yeah. I don't think, I mean, he wasn't good last year, but I think that was a combination of Arthur's system and the fact that his probably just not being in that system very long. I mean, it probably contributed to it. But he's fine as a backup. I'm not going to freak out if he's our back. I mean, like he's shown in the past he can come in and win ball games. So and I know you're fine with it. So
I'm fine with it, and I think he restructured, right?
No, he has not. So
he didn't. I thought he restructured, but I know we got to pay him. But like I said, I think he's a competent backup quarterback that would have some faith in that he could come in if our starter get hurt and win. It ain't just I think he could win, so I have no problem with him. He's my guy.
Yeah, I mean, and overall, he's not really expensive for backup. It's just the fact that we knew we were trying to like open up as much as we could,
save all the money.
Yeah, because we were trying to just like go, really, really stack our squad. But that's not, it's not the end of the world that he's going to be there. So, but I mean, only having 2 QBs on the roster makes you think, yeah, we're definitely going to draft somebody.
Yep.
I mean, so whether it's later in there or early on, whoever knows what we're going to do. But yeah, I think that's definitely coming down the pike. Teachers, I'm trying to go to Cali one day, just trying to ignore certain areas. And a lot of folks moving out of Cali these days, man. It's just it's crazy out there. I've got some friends that's come from out there, and it's wild, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Steven said he's moving to Alabama this summer.
Hey, yeah. I love Alabama. I have no issue with it. I heard all the stories, and I'm not saying that stuff isn't real, but I have not experienced that. I got love every time I went there. It was a dope place with great food.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. And hey, Stephen, I don't know which area. You probably, I'm assuming the coast, right? Since I mean, he is in the Coast Guard, so I'm assuming he's probably down there, like around Mobile or something like that. Jay Black, what's going on, man?
Jay Black,
it's been a while, man. It's been a while, man. What's going on, Jay? Yeah, hey, appreciate that, man.
Jay Black, thank you, man. On the strength.
Oh, so we got with this new platform. I've got to add it. We have to add a sounder now. Like that's my goal is to find
Double B. Thank you, man. He said, I think this lends us to double dipping. I hate double dipping. That's gross, but okay. Trading back up into the late first for Latu or something. Then address CB and wide receiver in the third round of hot. I like the way you think, buddy. Can't pay Mooney 13 mil to then draft a guy that's better. That's a great point. Thank you, Double B.
That's a great point. I haven't heard that one yet. I haven't heard it said like that, but that is a great point about Mooney. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see you taking a guy at 8. I don't see him taking a receiver at 8. And I'm sure there'll be a couple of those guys there that we've talked about before, like Malik Neighbors or Adunze will probably be there. But, again, that's a lot of money to pay if you're not going to have the guy. That's a lot of money for a third receiver. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? So makes sense. So again, Bradley, thank you, buddy. We appreciate the super chat. And we're going to have a damn.
We got to have a sound for that.
We're going to have something for
it. And I just got to say this. I don't think y'all know how wild it is when you the host of the show and people support the show. It just feels funny. It's just the most awesome feeling. Like, I can't believe I'm the host of the show. It's the weirdest feeling in the world. But I cannot say thank you enough. I don't care if you give us $1 or $10. Like, it just means the world. Or if you got a sweatshirt, or if you hit the like button, if you reposted something, I don't think y'all get the how much that actually means to me and John, because we wouldn't have been able to grow.
Yeah,
for the way we did, because me and John, I was just saying, John, before the show, me and John have paid for no promotion of any videos, of any followers. We have bought nothing. We haven't paid for any guests to be on the show. Me and John didn't pay for nothing. So all of this came from y'all. All of it came from y'all. So I'm kind of overwhelmed with it. I love y'all. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. 100% agree. Let's see where we at here. And Chris said, I'm on to Quinyon Mitchell for the other side. Yeah, dude. Good looking corner, man. Good looking corner. Our boy CP, man, he went to Pittsburgh. You see that?
I saw that. Yeah.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Man, I'm just happy he's still playing. I don't need him. I think he still got some juice. He don't need to be at home yet.
I think he fits that offense too. He fits. Yeah. I mean,
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, and what Arthur's going to do? I mean, he knows Arthur's offense. He's been in it for 3 years. They've got. They've obviously got a, freaking Najee Harris up there. So a very similar style runner to CP. And, now the kickoff rule has been changed, which we'll get into. So that's, he's not, as fast as he was, but he's still a good returner, so like he could be, he could still be in that conversation too. So, I mean, good for CP, man. Like
we posted his little tribute, and he did like it, so that was dope.
Yeah. And he responded back to us. He said, "Man, that's all love, man." He said, "That's real love," something like that, So much appreciate that guy, man. I'll always here in Atlanta, man. Jamal, I did too. When they said they released Schaefer, I thought he was already gone, but apparently not. And let's see. He said Taylor took a pay cut. He'll only be making 4.5 this year. Okay,
so he did restructure. Okay,
there you go.
Well, it was supposed to be double that, I think, and then he.
Yeah, I think it was like in the 6 to 8 range, somewhere around there. Is what I originally heard, man. But I'm not even sure, man. He said make sure to keep Biscuits ready for this coming season. Biscuit may return for picking games.
No, if he's out. No, he is ready, and he got a whole thing. Like I said, I've been off, but we were planning, we were working. He got something coming. He got his own skits. He got his own section. He will be a staple from here on out. When we start picking, he'll do it every week from here on out.
Like Mike said, once he picked the Saints, then he was pretty much exiled at that point.
Yeah, he was exiled. I was hurt, and I didn't want to do it anymore. So I kind of had to shelf him, but he's off the shelf. He's ready to go. Big Biscuit is it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, and so we have, I think, if I remember right, around 6 million in cap room left at this very moment.
Mhm.
And estimates are it'll take around 12 for us to sign our rookie class. So obviously they're gonna have to do some restructuring to some guys.
Mhm.
And there's some obvious guys, I mean, like Grady, Lindstrom, the big money, even maybe even Bates, I think they did Matthews last year, wasn't it last year, year before? So I mean, I don't know if they'll do it again, but you can only do it so many
Mhm.
times, I believe. Um, but yeah, so it's basically around that. Those guys can open up some more. You can actually open up a ton of money if you really want to do it all. But I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want to kick it all down the road because you end up being the
Yeah.
Saints at that point. And the Saints, you're just trying to really constantly get out of cap hell.
Mhm.
But yeah, we could definitely do that. And one other reason or one other possibility is to extend AJ as well, which we've talked about on the show.
Mhm.
Um, and Tori McElhaney wrote a really good article on the Atlanta Falcons website. Y'all can go check it out. But about the possibility of extending AJ and kind of what it might look like. And we talked about it. I don't know, probably a month or more on the show ago. We both said we'd wait until after this season,
Mhm.
and extend them. You don't want to wait. Like I guess we didn't. I don't. You don't want to hit free agency because then you got a
Yeah.
battle going on between
Mhm.
teams and which can ride. The price can go up. But I mean, you're looking at the top paid guys like Jair Alexander, Denzel Ward. I think they're in like the 20 million range. Then you got guys, that are probably more like in AJ's area around the 15 to 19, type of range. Like that's what
Mhm.
um homeboy from KC just got that went to Tennessee, that we thought we were going to possibly be in on. But so I can't see like that 19 to 20 million extension
Mhm.
type, but I could go for anywhere from 15 to 17, somewhere in that range. I mean,
Yeah, I
like
could too.
uh
I don't. The reason why I'm saying it's gonna be, it's like a gamble because if he ball out, you got to pay him.
mhm.
But uh, I would not be paying him as the top tier in the game. Like I haven't seen that from him. I've seen it like glimpses of it, but I don't think he can ask for 20 or no shit. Like I don't that like you said, it'll be
No,
like 15, 16, and then but I think he's well worth that.
100%. Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's
well
that's
worth it.
one of the toughest positions to play in the game,
Yeah,
and that's
and he's
we've
damn
had.
good at it.
Yeah, we've had so many issues with CB2 since he's been here. We've had
Hmm.
CB2's been our issue the entire time, right?
Yep.
It's just like we haven't been able to nail down a really good guy opposite of him. So he consistently takes on the other team's ones
Yep.
every week. And does he get beat? Yeah, of course he does. Every
Yeah.
corner's going to get beat. I don't care how good they are. But
Hmm.
he's been probably the least of our problems though. When you look at the
Yeah.
totality of our defense, like he's been
Yeah.
like one of the like shining points
Hmm.
of our defense. So like, yeah, I'm totally fine with him getting
Hmm.
extended, and especially because I think he's due. I want to say Tori said 12.4 or something like that this year. So yeah, if you go ahead and
Hmm.
extend him, you can work that math out and make that open up some more
Hmm.
space as well. And again, you kind of like he's a hometown Atlanta guy. He's played well.
Hmm.
Fontenot said he's since he's been here, he's been the first guy in. Like constantly at
You
the
love to
building
hear that.
working. Yeah, constantly working, trying to get better. So he's one of those guys, especially now too with Jerry Gray and the guys we've added. Last year, part of that secondary room. I want to see them add somebody like a solid number two CB, which
Hmm.
hopefully, the draft may have that solid
Hmm.
CB2 that we could go out and grab. That's one of those other positions that you thought maybe by now we would have signed somebody to
Hmm.
do, but like, but that takes us into the next thing with Raheem Morris last week. Through a few of the comments he made, like he said that he watched the film on Clark and on Alfred and was impressed with both because Clark can play inside, he can play outside. Alfred can give help obviously at the nickel, can give help at safety. And he said he was surprisingly happy with what he saw from Mike Hughes, and maybe that's him just being nice. I mean, he did some
Yeah.
good things, but like it seemed like to me, and maybe that's just I mean, maybe we're I don't know. I don't know what it just seemed like if there was something that he was on the wrong end of things a lot. It just seemed like when he
Yeah.
was in the game, some bad things happened, so I don't.
Dog, he was just being kind. If you ever been out at a club, you seen a group of girls, they was all pretty except for one. And you don't say, well, y'all all pretty except for you. You say, y'all all pretty. Hey, gorgeous. Like you just say, well, if I give you props and you props, and I gotta give it to you just by default. He sucks and he should have been cut.
Yeah, yeah, and I think what we were in our minds, it was like the money he was making for what the
Hmm.
kind of the contribution that he was giving
Did not.
didn't quite add up.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing, but hey, he like I said, he is like we said it before, he's a Jerry Gray guy too. He played with Jerry Gray.
Mhm.
They had that relationship. Don't know how And that's a position, that's a room that you want to be deep at it. It's just like anything else. Like there's going to be injuries. Injuries are going to happen. You want to be deep, and you don't want to cut guys just for the sake of cutting guys, but also you want to make sure you get the value out of those guys at the same time, because you don't want to be just throwing money at a guy who's not playing that much or living up to the kind of what that number is. And more stuff of what Raheem said. He said, talking about going with Kirk, that sometimes doing that you miss not drafting a number one QB, like you're trying to draft a QB, miss out on those Mahomes type stuff. You're going to have going through growing pains. He said what attracted him to Kirk was basically he worked with Kirk in Washington that early was rookie season. He saw him kind of go through these pains and those growing pains, but to get an established guy who's been through the pain and the bumps in the road and been through so much like that, to him meant more. And I can't, as young as our offense is, I think that he's right. I think you needed a guy that was established, a leader that could step right in and just take control of the offense. And that makes total sense. So he said, talking about the edge rushers in the draft, he said, they're all well known. They're all well documented. This is more about how they fit us. And we'll get into that in a little bit too. He believes it's a very deep draft when it comes to that position, and as well as like other positions, CB and whatnot. As far as the tampering thing, he said he felt like they did the right thing as when it comes to Kirk. And that's we still don't know. They still under investigation. We haven't heard anything else. Hoping they're not too, if literally all he did was talk to a trainer. You would think like a guy coming off an injury like an Achilles, maybe be a little bit forgiving on this point. Like you're going to want to talk to the team's doctors or team's trainers that you're going to play for. Like that's, maybe they'll be not as harsh on him. But as far as Dez goes, he said he did not ask for a trade. He was great. He was great through the whole thing. The opportunity just presented itself for give him a new start and we get Rondell Moore, get some more speed. So they took it. But he was great through the whole situation, which didn't surprise me. We've talked about how good a person Dez is. That's not a surprise at all. He did have to say that his comments about the QB play was not directed at Dez. It was directed at everyone. But he still stood by his comment saying he still wouldn't be here if that wasn't true, which is still a fact. If the QB play was better last year, he wouldn't be here right now. Arthur would still be here and we'd be not having this conversation. So he's still right about it regardless. And it was, the whole, like you said, the entire room. But as far as the offense goes, he just said they're building a whole new Atlanta offense. And they want to be able to provide threats on all three levels. So underneath, middle, long, and he thought Drake really presents a lot of problems for folks, especially. I can see Drake, dude. I can honestly see Drake being used a lot, like Slant Boy was, in the Saints, because he's got that same build. He's physical. You know how if you surround him with other guys and you get the spacing right on some of these routes that they weren't last year, then you're going to open up some stuff for him. You're opening up some stuff for the speed guys. So I can't wait to see what they do with the offense, man. And he said, as far as Mooney goes, what he saw in him is just an elite separator. He went on with about 17 different adjectives about he's a very big fan of Darnell Mooney. And I already said what he said about Clark Alford. And they asked him about Calais Campbell, if he talked to Calais, and he said, he reached out to him. He told him what his vision was for the defense and the team. And he basically said, I'll let Calais tell you his thoughts, is what he came down to it. Because and that kind of sounded kind of like, maybe Calais is leaning towards retirement. Don't know. But the way he phrased it, it was just kind of like, he said, I don't know if he's made an announcement. Like it just seemed like make an announcement. If you're going to play somewhere, you're going to make an announcement if you're going to retire. You know what I mean? So, but who knows? Obviously nobody that's ran into Coach Morris doesn't like him. So, I think that won't be the case at all. It'll just be whether or not seeing how he fits into this scheme, how he fits into what they have planned for the defense. So, whether he's back or not, edge is going to be a position we're going to fill for sure, whether it's early in the draft or maybe we double dip, like Bradley was saying. So, because the guys that are out there, very limited now. Jadeveon Clowney signed with the Panthers, which, by the way, I think it was $10 million a year. I'm not doing that either.
No way,
guys, but I'm not doing.
You got to be desperate to do that. Yeah,
I'm not doing that. But so we'll see. It was, it was just kind of good to hear a few thoughts, because like I said, we hadn't heard anything really since it's been kind of quiet and boring for the last few weeks. But to hear that, I was like, all right, well, that's cool. So as far as the draft, or did you have anything on that, buddy?
I was just saying that I just think it's a cool time because just say if you young, if you just picture a car, it's like you can get new paint job and some new tires or some rims, but it's still the same car. It's just slightly like upgraded. And that's what I was like used to. And I feel like the team that we'll have on the field is just a brand new car.
Hmm.
So I don't think it'll be like no semblance of what you used to seeing. And even the people that are still here that were here, the way they'll be used will be brand new. So again, what you're gonna be looking at will be drastically new of a whole approach of how to use the brand new players, a brand new quarterback, a brand new coach. It's gonna be you're gonna get to see a brand new product. It's not a slight what do they call that? A refurbished. It is not a refurbished iPhone. It is a brand new iPhone, and that's what you will see. It's gonna be dope. And Steve, we love to have you so close. I hope you can come up for some games, man. It'll be dope.
Yeah, man, we got to get him back on the show soon. We were kind of chatting
Yeah.
on Twitter the other day, so got to get him back on the show, especially closer to the draft. And so this brings us to our next topic, man. He said, "Who's y'all's top edge?" I'm a Turner guy. Believe in the size, power, and speed. He flashes a bull rush, speed rush, one arm rush. I think he'll have more impact day one than people are acting like. Yeah, so and that's exactly what Rachel asked me too in the email. She said she wanted to know which edge I liked. So that's one thing I have been doing in our time off. I've been looking at. I haven't had time to do the videos, but I've been looking at film of these guys and everything. And I didn't have to watch too much on Turner. I did, but being an Alabama fan, I've seen every game that he's played in his entire career there at Alabama. So I know Dallas better than the other two. Um, I like Jared versus. He seems to me like he fits a 4-3 a lot better than he does a 3-4. Not that he couldn't play it. I'm sure he'd still be pretty successful with it, but he's his size, his I might do a video on these three guys, and just I can get a lot more in detail about. But I like Latu out of UCLA. The neck injury scares me a little bit. So what happened with Latu? He started his career at Washington,
Hmm.
ironically, with Coach Jimmy Clark, who's
Okay.
our defensive coordinator. Um, so, but anyway, he hurt his neck and he medically retired from football. His doctors said that he would risk basically being paralyzed if he played again. So he got medically cleared, worked his ass off, got medically cleared, transferred to UCLA, and was a beast at UCLA. Tested really well. Not the same. Turner is by far the best athlete of these three. Like
Yeah.
he tested like a freak and I knew he would. He tested like he ran a
Hmm.
4.4 640, I believe. Like
Hmm.
I said, but on the previous show, his wingspan's longer than Kyle Pitts. He's only 6'3", 6'4", but like I said, you got an arm that long. I mean, and that's the thing. Like he could get better. They all have their pros and cons. Like what I mean.
Hmm.
Like you can sell me on any of them.
Okay.
But like I agree with Steven. I think that the ceiling is higher with Turner
Okay.
because I haven't responded back because dude hit us up on Twitter and said we don't need to go with Turner because it's basically he's a carbon copy of Vic Beasley because Beasley was that
Okay.
athletic kind of freak type of
Hmm.
guy. And they may have similar numbers when it comes to athleticism, but they are different
Hmm.
guys. They are different guys when it comes to like play on the field. I mean, they use Beasley had a speed rush, and
Hmm.
when that didn't work, he was screwed.
Hmm.
He tried that spin move, which we all watched go
Yeah.
nowhere. I mean, it worked once out of 35 times.
Hmm.
But I mean, it just that's all he had. Like Steven said, he's got a bull rush, he's got a speed rush, he's got a one arm. He in the run game, I've seen him basically set the edge by holding a tackle out with one arm and still being able to set the edge or get the runner, whatever the case may be,
Hmm.
force a run back inside. So like that advantage is huge. Um, so yeah, I'm probably I mean, and it's not just because it's a Bama guy at all. Like I'd say this if he wasn't a Bama. Like if he played for any other team, I'd still say like he's probably the guy I would take there, just because
Hmm.
I think he does offer the higher ceiling. Now he and Latu both could have work to do when it comes to the run game,
Hmm.
because they both could improve there. Like I said, Latu's probably the best technician. Like his hands are amazing, and I think I said that on a
Okay.
previous show too. Hands are great. Um, it's good, decent athleticism, good size. He's 260. I mean, bigger. He's bigger. Like I mean, Dallas is only I think he's not that much small. He's 250, 252. So he's gained some weight since he's been at Alabama. And also you saw his freshman to his sophomore to his junior year, you saw progression in his tactics too. Like he didn't just stick to one move. Like
I got you. Okay.
he tried to refine
that's vital.
Yeah, he tried to refine and add moves to his repertoire as he got older. Now, his sophomore year, he's playing opposite of Will Anderson. Will Anderson's getting obviously a ton of attention. And Dallas was still out there doing his thing. So, and there, I've seen reports that he takes plays off and stuff like that. And yeah, you will see the player too that he maybe doesn't go 100%. That's just not going to fly in the NFL. If you do, you're going to end up like Chase Young or somebody else. That's I don't think like that's going to be a real concern with the guys we have coaching this defense. So yeah, I'll be just fine if it's Dallas Turner. I wouldn't have any Vic Beasley worries or anything like that. Like I said, they're just you can't convince me Vic didn't like playing football or that he liked playing football.
Yeah,
it just seemed like he didn't enjoy it. And so I don't see that with Dallas. But so I like Turner. Like I said, I'm not going to be mad at. I don't. If you announce any of those guys that are announced, those top three, if they're announced at 8, I mean, honestly, I think you trade back if you want Latu or Verse. I think you can trade back and get both of those guys. So I would be a little bit like kind of questioning, like, did you really need to take him at 8? You couldn't field it. You couldn't move back and grab another pick. Turner, I'll be fine with today because I do think the value is there. But again, man, it's just like quarterbacks. They could all prove me wrong when it gets to the next level. You never know.
Oh, John, so hold on. I got a question for you. If you had the choice to get 2 or 3 or Turner, like who would you? Because you just got you said Latu. You said who's the third guy?
Jared Verse. Yeah,
Jared Verse. If you could get Latu and Verse, if you get both of them, or you could just have one Turner, who would you go with?
I think I'll take Latu and Verse then at that point.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, because you have a better chance of hitting on. You know what I mean? Like just the odds itself goes up.
Probability.
Yeah, if you, I mean that I don't think how that would happen, but I mean that they could trade back into the first round if they wanted to double up on ends. You could go for like a Darius Robinson type of guy out of Missouri, Chop Robinson type of dude out of Penn State, who again very raw, has a lot of potential, but like again only he basically used one move at Penn State for the most part. But like I said, I might do a video. Like I said, I might do a video and just get more in depth on the edges and stuff like that. But that's I'm down with Turner though. And like I said, I got no problem if somebody comes to me is like, nah, I mean I prefer Latu. That's cool. I can see it. Like I said, you can tell me you prefer any of those guys. I'm not gonna have a problem with it because I get it. Like I understand why you would like every one of those guys, and I understand some of the concerns with them too. So yeah. William Amy said, facts, we need to beat the Steelers point. Absolutely. We cannot have Arthur Smith come back into our building and win.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be bad.
And AJ definitely has not earned top 5.
He's not. No. But he's like
he's
right
next
under
tier. Yeah, he's that next tier, 100%.
He's the top of the next tier, matter of fact. Clark Phillips, I'm telling you, next year is going to be his year. He's going to jump ahead on y'all. He said Clark Phillips going to have that Robert Alford type arc. Yeah. Love Robert Alford. Steve said there's some legit day 2 defensive backs. Okay. Andrew Phillips for round 3. And I like the Georgia guy, Kamari Lassiter. Now that's a good name in the second. TJ Tampa is a heavy. I like that name too. Is a heavy zone guy too. Could be a target. Hey, Steve, don't be missing. Steve should be on Sports Center, man. I gotta call somebody over there, and we gotta get Steve on. What is that Skip Bayless show? Because his shit is tanking. He need help, all the help he can get.
Yeah, that's a fact. No, you're right, and that's the thing. I mean, with edges and with corners, I mean, like it'd be tough to miss, like if they wanted to go it this way. And like what Rachel said in that email she sent, I do think they go, like I said, not going after Reddick. And then hearing like Raheem's comments, like I'd be kind of surprised if it's not one of those 3 guys, whichever guy they think fits their system the best, because I do think the drop off from edge is steeper than the drop off from corner. Like, I think you can get a really good corner late first, second round, maybe even the third round, possibly, it's just, especially with Clark already being there. And the concerns I have with Clark playing outside is that speed, because, he's not a top end speed guy. So like, he can get cooked by some dudes, but, I mean, he played outside for most of his career, you know, at Utah, and he did. And granted, it is college, and it's, you know, it's in the Pac, whatever it is, 12 now, I guess, on 10. I don't even know. They changed so many times, but so yeah, that's the only concern I have there. You know, you kind of want a faster top end speed type of guy, you know, but which again, Terry Arnold, which he probably won't be there when we draft, but there will be, like, you know, maybe Kenyon Mitchell, maybe Kool-Aid McKinstry, you know, maybe a possibility too. But yeah, a lot of good, and every guy Steven mentioned is a possibility too. I like that too.
Wallace said, I think they didn't want to take on, he said, I think they didn't want to take on Reddit 14.5 million salary. Yeah. And then guarantee to give him a new contract. That would be around 25 million annually. Yeah, that was a little much.
Yeah, I agree. That's why that's why you don't do that move. You know, I love to have had him here, but that's a lot to dump into, especially when you do have some guys coming in this year for sure.
Steve said, I'm more than a QB evaluator this year. Because Steve was only on quarterback. Yeah, definitely deep dove the QB class. But this the first time in a while that I've been deep diving in other positions. So, Steve, I do have a question for you. I would love for your answer. If we do draft a quarterback in the late rounds, who would you want that would still be there in the third, fourth type round? Who would you want who would still be of quality, who still would be there in the third and fourth round?
Yeah, I got to shout him out too, because he did. He was one of the first guys that mentioned Spencer Rattler, and he was on our show.
Yeah.
And about being impossibly a guy in later rounds, you know, and yeah, I mean, he definitely could be. I mean, he's, you know, like I said, one of the more higher arm talents in the draft, and you know, decision making got better at South Carolina. So as you're talking about guys gonna sit behind Kirk for a few years, I mean, I got a problem with that. You know, that's a good possibility. And Williams, AJ got a ball out to earn that paycheck.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, like I said, he has. It's like, you know, it's like, I think with AJ, like his misses get just amplified. You know what I mean? Like, it's
when
like
Jordan got crossed and you hadn't seen him get crossed before, you was like, oh.
Yeah. He may go 3 games and not give up a thing, and then all of a sudden he gets burnt twice by Mike Evans. You're like, fuck it, AJ. But he's been great for 3 games, you know. Like, so he's consistency's been like his thing. Like, he's pretty consistent, you know. Like I said, that's a tough position. You hate to let a guy walk who's been really, really good and consistent in that position, you know, especially if it's, like I said, manageable with the price range. Chris, what's up, buddy? He said the CB name to watch is Kyrie Jackson. Agreed. I like Kyrie too. See, it's deep as hell, man. It's very deep. It's very deep.
Wallace said, but they did restructure Heineke. Yeah, okay. Down to 4.2, and then he had to give the 1.3 million roster bonus back to get this deal. Woo!
Got it. Appreciate you, Wallace, because again,
thank you, Wallace.
I've been out of it. I didn't even see that. So
man, I didn't know it was Easter. I bet Bijan gets like 80 catches he will be, like I said, he'll be used more effectively. And he was used pretty good last year. He'll be used even better. Atu did his pro day at 272 and looked amazing. Okay.
He did. Yeah. It's 270. He gained some weight.
He said this wide receiver class is crazy too. There's so many dudes day two. Been super fun to break in all them guys, man. I'm pumped as hell for the job. I'm telling you, we going up.
Yeah, I mean, those 3 positions, and we're lucky because those 3 positions we need. You know, like,
we need a
receiver, we need an edge, we need a corner. Like, I mean, I have a hard time feeling we're going to miss on, like, you know, like, of course, don't hit everything, but like, man, there's some really, really good talented guys that'd be tough to miss on. Travis, what's up, buddy?
TP said, what up, fellas? I'm okay with Dallas all out too. I think our defensive staff will push these guys. So I think everybody knows we going defensive in at 8.
I think
There's no way around that. There's no way. Wallace said, what I got from Raheem is that they're probably going to draft the edge rusher. But that's it. Yeah, see, spot on. That we're going to draft the edge rusher with the first pick in CBO. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, he did say he wanted to add some youth to that CB room too. I mean, like, and that makes sense. I mean, you know, like we've got to add to it. I mean, that's we already know that. Hopefully, watch Pittsburgh get number 8 draft pick next year. Arthur's pretty consistent that way. That would be hilarious. And that's we don't know with Russ up there. I mean, that could be good. That could be bad. Then you got Justin backing him up. It's like, man, who knows what's going to happen there. So that's good because no news is good news. They haven't heard anything on the so-called tampering. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And Chris said, don't sleep on Max Melton or Ennis Rakestraw. I think Ennis Rakestraw too, another good corner. I mean, another reason, dude, it could take me months to do freaking videos on these guys. There's so many guys, like to like really sit down and watch the film and do a good video on them take me forever, man. But there's like that's a good problem to have for us, man.
Double B squared. B Rod said I would love if they spend the third round on Tavondre Sweat or ends on Yamada and Grady, Caden and Troy. Oh, with their speed and QB rush, I'm telling you, man, that would be epic, buddy.
Yeah, so Tavondre Sweat's
You
that
need
big
that
guy I
pressure.
told you about from Texas, buddy. He's like 360 some odd pounds.
Yeah.
And yeah, big space eater.
Mhm.
I like Sweat. I don't know, if you get him in the third, if he's there in the third, I think that'd be a good. I don't think you take him in the second. And I
Mhm.
have to, and I haven't watched enough of him, but you always wonder with a guy that big is how much is he going to be on the field?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is he going to get winded after the first couple? You know what I mean? I don't. You just,
Mhm.
I don't know. But yeah. I mean, I'm off. If you're really going to be in a 3-4, you got to have that big nose in the middle,
Mhm.
which we don't really have. I mean, we've got. And Grady can do it. Animata can do it, but it's not really their ideal position. And he said, A1 said Melton tested faster than last. And wow, I didn't know that. That's awesome. Yeah, Milton is the 5th or 6th QB. Yeah, so yeah, that Milton dude, QB out of Tennessee, he threw the ball 80 yards at his pro day. 80
You
yards
gotta
in the
love
air.
it. Yeah.
Like just
Oh,
stupid.
I'm gonna tell you what I
arm
was
talent.
saying. What was it? Yesterday that I was blowing my mind was man Vic when he played for the Eagles with Deshaun Jackson. That was unreal, dog. Like with them two, because he could just fling it 70 yards. Like that's insane, dog. And come on, man, it's D-Jack, so he gonna run and catch the ball. If you can do that, bro, if you can throw 80 yards, bro, that's damn near the length of football field.
Yeah.
Like you can do some damage. I love it.
100%. Yep. Chris said
Travis or Rattler. I'm happy.
Yeah. So yeah, Pratt. I mean, lesser guy. I mean, that lesser known guy. But yeah, he could be good. Travis, Jordan Travis out of Florida State. So he got hurt. Yeah, he got hurt, and essentially him being hurt cost FSU getting in the Final Four because the drop off. He was so important to that offense, like every quarterback. But I mean, like he was good in that offense. So he could be a very, very later round guy that you just take a shot on, and to let him get rehab, get stronger, and learn from Kirk. I mean, yeah, I'm down.
Steve said my round 3 guys were okay. So he answered my question. My round 3 guy is Rattler. If he makes it out of the second, round 4 and beyond, I like Jordan Travis. So Rattler and Jordan Travis. I got you.
Yeah. Bradley B said Xavier Leggett is a DK clone. Yes. Yeah, he's out of South Carolina, dude. Same body type.
That's a good compliment there, boy.
Yeah, he could be something else for sure.
Chris said Kyrie Jackson is a sleeper, and I think the right team is going to be a baller. I got you. All right, Chris.
Agreed.
He said he's going to go late first or early second, just like DK too. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Chris said I'm
Latu Turner verse in that order. He got a specific order.
Yeah, versus be my 3-2, and I can flip flop on Latu or Turner depending on. Yeah, I'm good that way. Yeah,
John want to trade back. I think if you ask John this, John gonna say trade back, right, John? Or you don't want to?
I mean, if they truly think that Turner is like the dude that's gonna like just push them to the next level and be that guy, then go ahead and take Turner because you don't want to miss out on it. But yeah, if you're not sold 100%, and
are you sold like 100%, or you still kind of iffy?
No, I'll be fine with Turner. Like I'd have no qualms about Turner. Now, he could prove me wrong. Like I said, he could prove me wrong in the next level. But
like, are you sold because he wear a burgundy jersey, Johnny Yates? Tell the truth, Johnny Yates. Tell the truth. Is the reason you sold because that man wear burgundy?
No, not at all. No, not at all. He
okay.
No, I guess I mean it's cool for me when Alabama players get drafted by the Falcons, but it's not the end all. I mean, like some fans take it to another level. Like, I'm not gonna say who, but y'all know who you are. Want every player to be drafted by the Falcons. And it's I mean, I don't care. I want the best player for the team. If he fits, that's great. But if it doesn't, then I mean that's fine too. And it's not every fan that thinks that way either. I'm saying there's a certain few that think that way. But yeah, because we have passed on some great players from that university, that end up being good. So I mean, I get the frustration, but like I don't care. I mean,
so John, I want you to tell me who's the greatest Roll Tide player who we did draft. Who's the greatest player? Okay. Oh, he was Alabama. I didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah.
Who's the quarterback?
Easy. Man, I got to go back for that one.
Who's Julio Jones quarterback? Steve, I know you know.
Probably does. I'll look it up too,
Okay.
because there's multiple guys there.
Julio Jones, Roll Tide. I did not know that.
I think it might have been AJ McCarron at that time.
AJ, hey dog, I used to love him when he played for the Bengals. I thought he was gonna be a star.
Yeah, I mean, they don't. I mean, until they don't. I mean, Alabama hasn't put out a bunch of quarterbacks.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Let's see, Jalen Hurt. That's not right.
Nah, they didn't even play at the same. Yeah.
No, that was ridiculous. Yeah, Greg McElroy. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Dude, yeah, you know that. No, he only had a cup of coffee in the league. He's an announcer now, but AJ McCarron was 2011 to 2013. Yeah.
AJ. Okay.
Might have said, do y'all think trade back is more likely or trade up? I would like to say trade back, but it seems like they may go after higher ceilings of the player.
Mm-hmm.
You're right on, Midas. Yeah, I think so. I think, like I said, if they aren't 100% on Turner, then yeah, I think you could trade back and get Latu, because there's going to be teams that want to come up and grab a couple of those skill guys. I'm sure, like a Nunze or a Neighbors, maybe even a quarterback that's there, because we don't know how the quarterbacks are going to go. So yeah, I think that's definitely a pot. And I mean, granted, now Fontenot's not been a trade back guy over the years, so that'd be kind of new for him. But I mean, it could definitely happen, man.
So John, I got a hard question for you, and a hard question for the chat.
Yeah.
If one of the 4 quarterbacks that they saying are gonna go, because they saying the first 4 will be quarterback, and the first 4 are if the first
3 for sure.
Yeah, okay, the first 3. If a team blow your mind and they don't get the 3, and it's still a third, like a guy from that big 3 who's there at 8, are you saying no, or are you saying like we gotta do it? Even though we got Kirk, we have to do it because he's available. One of the 3 is still on the board at 8.
Man,
or are you saying we already feel that need? It would be futile at this point for us to be doing that.
That's extremely tough, man. Because I don't think there's a right answer. Because of the volatility of that position, of the QB position,
right.
I mean, you could risk it and take it, but man, if you take, I don't know, we'll just say for this argument's sake, Drake May's available at 8. You could, I mean, all the top end kind of traits you could imagine, but we've seen guys have those top end traits and just not pan out. So do you take him at 8 and then he sits for 2 years, and if he doesn't work out, then you passed on that possible
I got you.
edge rusher that's game changer for you that can get after the quarterback, because you in NFL you have to have a quarterback, you have to be able to get after the quarterback. That's 2 things you have to be successful as a team, right? So it's just, I think it's just it's a complete crapshoot, man. I don't think I wouldn't be mad about it, but I mean, there's definitely no guarantee, because again, if you're banking on Kirk starting for 2 years, which I'm assuming they are, that's a while to sit for the number 8 pick. You know what I mean? Like that's a while to sit. But I mean, they'd have to be blown away by the guy's talent, and just almost like this guy's a can't miss type of guy.
Yeah.
So for me, I'll probably err on the side of safety and just go for that
defense.
That edge rusher. Yeah. But again, I mean, they're kind of like quarterbacks. Again, like we said, they're tough to predict too into the next level. But I mean, who knows, man? They said A1 said, if sweat is there in the 3rd round, I'll drink hot sauce on We'll hold you to that, buddy. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Chris said, I was told at Oregon's pro day that the Falcons spent more time with Jackson than the others. His size and length make him a great fit in Lake Moore's quarter zone defense.
I think I said Jimmy Clark earlier. I meant Jimmy Lake. Yeah, our defense coordinator. Yeah, Jimmy Clark. I don't know who the hell Jimmy Clark is. And Chris would know. Chris keeps up with Oregon football, so that's good to know, man. That's good to know. Calvin Ridley too. Calvin Ridley was another solid one. That's Alabama too.
From Bama? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Greatest feat in the game, man.
They still love Helms. Yeah, man.
We all love Helms
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Williams, Helms, New State, Richard Grant. So yeah, we haven't, dude. And that's what's crazy. We haven't. There's not, obviously safety is going to be that position we need to address too. And there's been several free agent safeties that we just haven't signed or made an attempt to sign.
Johnny Yates. Did you see Jalen Hawkins?
Yeah, Patriots, right?
Time with the Patriots.
Yeah.
I was happy for him. Cheers to you, Jalen.
Yeah.
Show up, dog. Do better, bro. When you get your opportunity, You and Frank Darby, when y'all get y'all chance, y'all gotta show up and show out, man. We rooting for y'all, but y'all gotta take advantage when y'all get the chances, man. We wish you the best. The same way with Dez, man. You gotta crush it when you get in there, man.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as Richie, I mean, like I don't think the plan can be to go with Richie. I mean, I think you have to believe you can upgrade that spot. And I like Helms a lot. I just like I told y'all last year, like he in college, like the reason he went so late is because his defense against the pass was not really good. And I said that from the beginning. Like he'll hit you, and he's a leader. He'll come up and pound you in the mouth, but like he wasn't great in pass coverage. So to see how well he did last year in preseason against the pass, I was like, damn, like that's the different looking guy. And then, he still has. So that still worries me a little bit. Like I would want to see definitely somebody come in and like I said, you put him in a 3 safety look, have him further down in the box playing the run or whatever, let him blitz. Hey, all day long, I'll take it. But I can't see him being the starter next to Bates. If he is, then man, you found a gem in the 7th round by drafting him. If you got a starter out of him, but we do need a strong safety, 100%. And hopefully, so any word on Troy Anderson's recovery. Yeah, the last I heard, man, he technically would have been available to play at the end of the season. I think that last game, but I don't think they obviously wanted to rush him back because there was no need at that point. But I think he'll be fine.
We're gonna be ready. I cannot wait to see his upside. We have not seen.
No, I can't wait to see how they want to use him. Like how they want to, what role they want him in. I think that's going to be crazy. Hopefully, I just love his tackle numbers at Bama. Yeah, it reminds me of Jesse Tackle. Yeah, dude, he's a hell of a tackler. Like he really, that's you want to get him on the field if you have a chance, but it's just like I said, I don't know that he's good enough to be starting opposite of Jesse yet. But William said we need a CB2 in slot. Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, Clark can play the slot. I think Dialford can play the slot.
But we need CB2.
CB2 for sure. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind upgrade at both, but CB2 for sure, man. So. All right, we're at hour 13, man. You want to move on to underrated? It's been a while since we did underrated.
We ain't played the game in a while. Underrated, overrated. I say you kick it off, Johnny Yates. You kick it off, buddy.
All right. Let's see. I'll start. Underrated. I'll go with Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza.
Never got one, but always see it in the grocery store.
Dude, I've never seen it. Like I don't, because normally I don't. I'm like I haven't had. I'll be honest with you. I haven't had a frozen pizza in years.
Okay.
And Liam and I were walking. We were in the grocery store one day, and he was like, "Man," he's like, "That pizza looks pretty good." And I looked, I was like, "Yeah, those look pretty good." So we tried it.
Round box, right?
Yeah. And it's probably the best frozen pizza that I've had recently or in a long time.
Because I might get one today, Johnny Yates. Now, Johnny Yates. Now, is that because you haven't had one, or was it just that good? Is it better than DiGiorno?
I couldn't. It's been probably 20 years since I had DiGiorno, so I couldn't even tell you. But I mean, as a kid now, like it was Red Baron all the time as a kid.
So it was Tombstone for me when I was a kid.
I had Tombstone too. I did too. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, no. It just I don't know. It surprised me. Like it tasted like it was. None of them are going to taste like a fresh pizza. You know what I mean? Like, but it was good. Like it was good. Yeah, I'm down with it. Yeah. Underrated.
I'm gonna go underrated. I gotta go with my right hand man, Big Biscuit. Okay, I'm going underrated biscuit. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't know if I ever loved anything more. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you to death to my mom, but I don't know if I ever loved anything more than I love that little dog. Like that little dog is. When I look at that dog, all I think sometimes is you gonna die and I won't be no good. And if you have a dog, he's like my child.
Mm-hmm.
So I take great pride in like taking great care of him. And I just think it's the most dope experience to have a dog. He's just the coolest guy. I have a blast with him. Always in a good mood. We play all the time. He make my day every day. He make my life better. And I know it's people I see who got dogs, just chain them up outside. And I know some people who have it in the house, and he just in the background, like they don't play with. He just in the house, and that's not we do. Like we play all day. He hate me at sometimes because I'm in his face and I'm rapping and singing and just getting on his nerves. But he get on my nerves, so we just pick on each other all day long. And I gotta go biscuit underrated. If you don't have a dog or cat, I have never had a cat, but I would assume it's kind of similar. You need to go and rescue an animal, a cat or dog, because it is the greatest experience having him. He improves every day. I can't have a bad day. Like when I come home to him, it's no bad day to be had with biscuit. So go get a dog, and it is the most amazing. If you don't have one, if you was on the fence about it, just go get one. It'll really change your life. He makes my day. When I look at him, I look like my son. I'm starting to look like him, or he looking like me. When I look at him, I see my face now. I'm thinking like, what is happening? Like, but I love that little dog so much. He's so happy, just always in a good mood. So I gotta go biscuit underrated.
That's great. I love it. And I have to make an executive decision. Well, actually, first of all, I've had both. I've had dogs and cats. And
Okay.
the difference is cats and
Okay.
extremely independent. Don't give a shit what you're doing. Like
Oh,
you
okay.
come home from work, they may walk up to you like, "Hey, what's up? Where you been?" And then just go right back doing what they're doing. A
Yeah.
dog, and like you've been gone for 17 years. You
Yep.
walk in the door. You could
Yep.
have went down the road to see your friend or go get the mail, and you come right
Yep.
back in. It's like, "Oh shit, where have you been?"
Yeah. Yep.
And that's the difference. Like a dog is so happy to see you.
So happy.
Yeah, cats just more independent, like just do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
The ones I had, at least, just I mean,
Mm-hmm.
don't just don't give a damn, So yeah, that's a big difference. But anyway, gotta make an executive decision. We skipped a topic, and that's actually the topic of our show. So I can't leave out what says at the bottom of the screen there. It says, "Are the Falcons a top 15 team this year?" So
Oh,
I mean, when you've been gone for a bit, and this shit happens when it's on a
you
Sunday.
skipped
I
the
mean,
whole theme of the show. Just skip
we
right over
skipped
the
the
theme.
entire
Yeah.
thing. We skipped right over it. So Falcons a top 15 team. So just looking at this, I hope y'all can see this well. Let me know if y'all can see it well. Mike, can you see this good?
Yes.
Okay. So this is ESPN's basically or like power rankings for the top 24 going in too early power ranking, way too early power ranking, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got the Chiefs, and I kind of agree with their top 10, maybe not in the same order, but I kind of agree with their top 10. So they got the Chiefs 1, Detroit up from 4 last year, number 2, San Francisco at 3, which I could flip flop those teams still, I think, and put San
Mm-hmm.
Francisco at 2, but that's fine. Baltimore at 4, Buffalo at 5. We got Miami at 6, which I'm not sure about Miami yet. They said the under radar move
Yeah.
is hiring Anthony Weaver from Baltimore, which is a hell of a move. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still, and I love what they do on offense. I'm still not completely sold on Miami, but we'll take it there. Philadelphia at 8. I'm sorry, at 7. 8 Houston Texans, and I actually think the Texans should be higher. I think, in my opinion, with
Mm-hmm.
what they've done on defense and looking at, unless there's a sophomore slump coming from CJ Stroud that nobody sees,
Mm-hmm.
then I think they should be higher at that point. Dallas Cowboys number 9, down from number 7 last year, which okay, I'll give you that. And the top 10 round out by Green Bay, which I mean, yeah, they probably earned it with the season that they had. All right, so the next tier, this is where I do think we're a top 15 team, because I think these teams here, and we'll talk about them, the Bengals at 11, the Browns at 12, the Steelers at 13, which is kind of a weird one to me, up 5.
Crazy.
So, yeah, I mean, they're signing, obviously, there's a big signing with Patrick Queen, which is huge for their defense, but, taking on Russell Wilson, kind of an unknown. Like I said, he played really well last year, but you don't know how he's going to be in this Arthur Smith offense. There's a lot of questions around the offense still.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of surprising to me. They'd be up at 13. Los Angeles Rams at 14. Again, man, Aaron Donald retiring. They signed Jimmy Garoppolo as under radar. I mean, I guess if Matt Stafford gets hurt, but Stafford's a year older. The defense was good, bunch of young guys, but their defensive coordinator obviously is gone. Our head coach, Raheem Morris. So again, that's definitely some question marks there. It seems like they're kind of going off, how well that they've been with McVay there. 15, Jacksonville. I can get on board with that, I guess. Indianapolis.
That's crazy.
Maybe. I mean, like Anthony Richardson didn't play enough. Looks like he's going to be a stud, but I mean, before he got hurt. Now it's Tampa Bay at 17, and I know, yeah, the Jets. So obviously, Aaron Rodgers coming back, so that's going to be a big thing. Their defense was already good, so I kind of see it. And here we roll in at 19, right, up from 26 from last year. So we improved 7 spots. And so the under the radar move was trading Desmond for Rondell Moore, which I can agree with. because Rondale Moore is not. He's not like Rondale. I mean, he didn't set the world on fire out there, and he was a second round pick who hadn't lived up to that second round billing yet. But again, in this system, you never know what can happen. But so yeah, 19. So see, I think to me, we're better than Tampa Bay.
Yes.
I think we're better than the Colts.
Yep.
I think we're better than the Rams. I think we're better than the Steelers. So if you move right there, and the Browns, I think you go either way. I mean, it depends on, because they're a good squad. You know, it depends on quarterback situation. You know, is Watson going to be Watson or whatever? I think we could slot in right around 12 to 14 in that range. You know, legitimately. I mean, because I wouldn't say above the Bengals, because you know, if Burrow is healthy, you know, elite type quarterback. But yeah, I mean, am I crazy, dude? I mean, is that
Nah, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's like, I appreciate it, but it's still disrespectful. It's still disrespectful. But I always say, we gotta earn that. We gotta earn that. But I think they gonna have something with our offense, and I'll be honest. I think they were doing players, so I understand. But the biggest thing we did was the head coach. Yeah, it was the biggest thing we did to change the whole thing. So we gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, we're talking about it today before the draft. Obviously, we just know, like, we kind of have an idea of the players, or at least the positions we're going to add to. So we know
and all that. Come on, man.
Right. You know, certain position groups are going to get better, because you know that the edge is going to get better, CB room is going to get better. You know, the safety room hopefully going to get better. So, I mean, yeah, I get it, and I'm sure they don't want to just like pump us way up there, but I can definitely see it. You know, I guess I think probably the Jets need to stay ahead of us, just for the fact of Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, that defense is already good. It's just a matter they had no quarterback last year, so it was just tough for them to win. But so he stays above. But I think we could slot in right around that Rams Jacksonville. You know, because I think Jacksonville's a good squad too. But I do think we're right there, man. Which is, you know, I mean, that's pretty big, man. You think about where we were, I mean, last year, you know, and look at the teams below us. They've got the Seahawks, the Bears, the Saints at 22, the Vikings at 20. Look how far they dropped. I mean, from now, I mean, Las Vegas 24, Titans at 25, Chargers at 26. Our boys at Bolt Rose, man.
Sorry, Bolt Rose.
Denver Broncos at 27, and Giants at 28, Commanders at 29, Cardinals at 30. Patriots at 31, and of course the Carolina Panthers at 32.
I love that.
Yeah, right. So but anyway, I do think we could be top 15 team, buddy. I mean, even close to the 10, depending on, like I said, depending how this draft goes. I think it's easily possible. So anyway, all right.
You do that after the draft, y'all. I want to be number 10.
So back to underrated, overrated. So sorry guys, had to interrupt that for that, but you know, just forget saying something. Oh, well, hang on. I think I just saw a comment too we need to get into. Sour Pickle, what's up, man?
Sour Pickle, what up?
Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but what's up? I don't know why Facebook does that. It's almost like I have no idea why it does that. Sour, do you think we're ever going to address the edge? Yeah, we are. 100%. Yeah. We definitely are.
Draft. He said, I had a 88 said I had a rescue dog 25 years ago that I named Jesse after Jesse Tuggle. I love it. He would go fishing with me everywhere. Dog, he go everywhere I go. So when I leave out of state, he go every hotel with me. He go to every state with me. He go on like dates with me. He go everywhere with me. He go like he does. He go everywhere with me.
He's your secret weapon on dates.
Dog, he is dog. I'm not lying. If I want a girl, all I gotta do is take Biscuit with me. I could take him in the Target. Everybody in Target lose their mind. Like, I just Starbucks, he gets stuff for free. He eat for free. He's a chick man. He lives with a little dog. I love him.
Yeah. Did he get the pup cup to Starbucks?
He get the dog. He's so smart. He know as soon as we get in line, he know the logo. So he's freaking out as soon as we get in line. Like,
so Murphy hated the car. Like we couldn't get him to go in the car anywhere. So like it was never even an option. But Kane, you just gotta say like, hey man, you want to ride in the car? Man, he's ready to go. He's to the door. He's ready to jump in. He'll go pee, jump in the back. And if we go to Starbucks, so we got him the pup cup one day, and it was an absolute disaster, dude. He was just like, it went everywhere. I mean, it was just he's like he had no idea what to do. He was so excited. So They love him at Starbucks too. I mean, he's sticking his head out the window, trying to
Yep.
trying to talk to him. So yeah, that's I get it. All right, so next underrated for me, man. Underrated turn signals. What's
Mm.
awesome about turn signals is it tells people where you're going to go, whether if you're going to turn left, if you're going to turn right, if you're slowing down, where you might go. But dude, I was when I was on the road. I don't know, it was Thursday,
Mhm.
and there was about 4 times that somebody either could hit me or I could hit somebody else just by turn signals, just like
Yeah.
just by you like not knowing where you were doing or where you were
Mhm.
going. It's like nobody uses them anymore. Like I begin to think like some cars don't even have them anymore. But
Mhm.
anyway, yeah, that's underrated, man. Use the damn turn signals. All right,
I love it.
you, man.
I'm gonna go overrated is filming yourself in the gym. I don't go to the gym like I have a gym where I
Oh,
live,
dude, you're gonna.
but I just see TikToks and all this Instagram things about filming, and I just want to say this: like I'm so surprised, like I'm scared of me being like
In a
popular
video.
thing
No,
because here's why. If when you ask me a question, I give you my honest answer. So if I was at the gym and a girl was like, "Oh, you staring at me," yes, your ass is out. Your ass is you got a fat ass and you're wearing tight clothes. Yes, I'm looking. That's why you put that shit on. Am I lying? You wore some that same way if I got on a speedo. If I'm in the gym with a speedo, there are
like
gonna
we're in
be
a
some. Yeah, there
unitard.
are
Like you're in a
gonna be
unitard.
some people who just looking like what the. They gonna at least glance, and if I, oh my god, you're looking like yeah, you wore that for attention. I'm sure you knew it was going to get attention. I'm sure. So when you dress with something that's pressing your breasts together, I'm sure you know we as men we are gonna look. You know that's gonna happen. When you have a fat ass and you wearing really tight pants, you know what's gonna happen. And there are gyms for women. They're strictly for women. You can go to that, or you can do in the house. You can work out where you live. There's so many choices. So to go and put your camera up in a gym and then be doing your whole thing and you don't want anyone to just cross the path of the camera. It's a gym. It's an open. You can't stop. You don't want them talking in your video. You don't own the gym. You can't do that at the gym. So it should be a rule at the gym. You can't film at the gym. It's going too far where you making whoever glance at me as a pervert. But I'm gonna with like you're sexually provoking stuff, but if you look, you a pervert. And I be thinking to myself, man, you couldn't ask me no shit. Like I would tell you, right, I'm staring at your ass. Yeah, I'm staring at your titties. I'm staring, yeah, are you staring? Yes, I'm staring at your ass. It's fat and you knew what you was doing. I could see your panties through your pants. So I don't think that girls know how hard it's for us now. I know I'm not supposed to stare, but I'm glancing every set. It's gonna have me do a set or two extra. I'm glancing 2,800 times. Okay, I'm not gonna stare because that's rude, but I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep trying to act like I'm look. That's what men do. It's hard not to look at that. The same way if it was a dude in the gym who you found real attractive and his shirt was off and he was all cut. Who's the guy? Aquaman. If he was in the gym, I'm sure you would be looking. And it's not that I don't mean you a pervert or you a horrible person. You don't have clothes on. You got on skimpy clothes. So I just see all these videos and the girls try to say, "Oh, these men are horrible." Well, you didn't have to wear that. There are people who dress the gym in like loose sweatpants, and you could go still have the same workout. You don't have to wear skin tight things and then be like, "Why is everybody staring at me?" I just thought it was ridiculous. But I'm not in the gym. I just be in the gym at my apartment. So I just don't think you should be able to film at the gym because if you're gonna say, "Oh, you were filming me," or you snapped a picture, if you're doing anything like that, then just ban it. So it's just it ain't no lawsuits. You don't have to worry about no charges being pressed and no anybody feeling. I just think that's silly when I see it.
Yeah, social media has done a lot to that, to the social, to the gym. Like it's
That's
changed
crazy.
because from being somebody who's been like, like I used to work in that
Yeah,
industry and in the early 2000s, and it's completely changed. And
yeah,
I get the folks that are like, if you're a rep for a company or
hmm,
like for
yep,
me, like so I'm a social media rep for Gym Supplement
yep,
Science, right? So if I'm gonna like film myself doing a set or something
hmm,
like that, I get it, I get it. But
hmm,
if you're literally just doing it to put on for no reason
yeah,
whatsoever
yeah.
other than attention, like, that's beyond it's crazy to me because you can go in and get your workout in,
Yeah.
and without having to do anything. You can take a picture afterwards. You can take a
Yep.
picture during you know when you're all jacked and pumped or whatever. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely. But there's accounts out there though, that will go out that like have just blown up people for falsely accusing
I
folks.
I saw that and I
Yeah,
absolutely love it. I think you have to do that because there
yeah,
are people I think that what I saw, I'm just telling you what I saw. There are people who did that they wore what they did and they put the camera and they was waiting on it. I don't even think they cared about the word. I'm just waiting to go over. I just need one dude to turn his head for 2 seconds and then I'm going
exactly.
off.
Yeah,
And if
and
you
that's
even, oh my God, what are you? And I'm saying, yeah, you couldn't answer me. I'll tell you the honest, I'm staring at that ass. It's fat, and you got on some see-through pants, and you shouldn't have wore that here with all it's 100 men in here, and you wore that in here, and you don't want nobody to look. You out your goddamn mind.
Yep, and it's not everybody, but the one I mean, there's
Yeah.
it's obvious the ones that are doing it because like the ones that posted are like I saw one. It was like one dude turned his head for like half a second, and
Half a second.
she put an entire post about how he was a pervert and stuff like that. And I
Yep.
was like, wow, you really can't you can't even look. You can't even like accidentally look at. Like, you keep
Yeah.
looking,
Yep.
trying to find a different exercise
Yeah.
piece of equipment. You know what I mean?
Dog, and we all
But
stare at each
crazy.
other. We even stare at
Yeah,
the men. I'm not saying you stare, but you look at people in the gym when you walking around, when you kind of resting, when you got a set and you in between the next set, you look around. And it's so sad that you got to keep your head on a straight or be staring at the floor or you a pervert. Like, come on, man. It's silly at a point.
yeah, exactly. All right, underrated, man. Quality youth coaches, man, and it can be for like baseball, football, anything, man. Just and I mean quality youth coaches because there's so many shitty ones, man. Like
Hmm.
we didn't play, but some friends of ours played a team a few weeks ago, uh, and the kid threw like 120 pitches in one
Ooh,
game.
okay.
At 13 years old, you know, like and like that's pros don't even throw
Yeah.
that many pitches anymore, man. And like and to like that's why I'm so happy that the organization we're with. I mean, like you know, I said Liam's he's been hurt, you know, and he hasn't like coach has not rushed him back. He's a really good pitcher, but he has not rushed him back for that very purpose. Like he doesn't want to. Like Liam's been pissed off. Like he wanted to pitch last week, didn't get a chance to. He wanted to pitch the
Hmm.
week before, didn't get a chance to. And he wanted to see him go through a session last week. He wanted to see him go through a bullpen last week and see him physically be himself before he would go out there and let him throw. And I just to me that's just I mean that's you can't put a
Hmm.
price on that. 'Cause, I mean, there's so many coaches out there that will just hurt the kids. That don't they all
Yeah.
they care about is winning.
Trying
They
to
don't care. I
win.
mean, and that's look, that's great. Like I don't I mean we wins are fine. You know, I mean, like, and I love to win. Liam loves to win, but
Hmm.
like, dude, they're 13 years old. I mean, like, and
Hmm.
even like, I mean, we've experienced this in our you know
Hmm.
age groups before this. You know, like 9, 10, 11. We've experienced this just ridiculousness. And I'm like, man, when they're 20 years old or however, they're not gonna believe me. Like, man, that one tournament when I was 10, like that's not
Hmm.
gonna be a conversation.
Right.
Like.
Right.
Like you want them to get out as healthy as they can and learn the
Hmm.
game. Like I said, whether it's basketball, baseball, football, whatever it is, man.
The one tournament went off.
Right. Like, no, what? No, nobody gives a shit how many medals you got when you were 10
Yeah.
years old. Like, how many
Right.
freaking tournament is it fun to win? Of course it's fun to win. Do you wanna win? Of
Hmm.
course you do. But the goal as a kid, as playing, is you're trying to get better to make your like, so you can get to that next level, whether it's to play high school or college or whatever your aspirations are. Like, that's why you're playing, you
Hmm.
know? And so, you know, and just to see coaches just not give a damn about the health of their players or
Just want to
you know,
win.
all they want is that damn win, you know, for their
Hmm.
organization or for their trophy case or for their office, whatever it may be. It's just lame, man. It's just like it's
Hmm.
sad, it's lame. So, yeah, quality coaches, man, especially at the youth level, it's they're hard to come by, but severely underrated, man, because they put in a ton of work. They do. They put
Yeah.
in a ton of work, you know, to do this. So yeah,
I
underrated.
love it. I
Good.
love it. So I got one. I'm gonna go underrated is no, I'm gonna go overrated is putting your joy on other people. I see a whole lot of that as well. As you saying, if this person would just do this, then that you know I could be happy. And I just think, man, that is your responsibility. If you putting that on some, if you think that when you like, I'm a millionaire and you can have all the things that you ever want that you're gonna be happy, then it don't work like that. You're gonna see that when you got the car, it still don't fill your heart. And then you can get the job of your dreams. It's gonna be fleeting, and then you go back to how you usually feel. And that's the way things are that's outside of yourself. So if you putting that on a person, or if I get this job, if I become rich, if I do this, then I'll be happy. You're never going to be happy. That's the thing with your satisfaction on a daily basis. The whole key to being happy is being satisfied with what you already have. That's the whole key. Just what in this one, just whatever you got, like the couch you have now, the TV you got now, the car you got now, the girl you got now, the guy you got now, the life you got now. Is awesome if you sit back and you look at it. It's awesome. You're really in a good position. And a whole lot of people, when you get on Instagram, you get to scrolling, all you get to think about is all the things you don't have and how it could be better if you had this and if you had that life and you was wearing those clothes with that jewelry, or you had that girl, or you was having this experience. You may become happier, and happiness don't work like that. It comes from practice, satisfaction for what you already have. If you got to have the top tier experience that the world offers for you to be happy, you probably gonna die unhappy. You feel me? So be happy with whatever you got. You if you got a TV and you got man Prime and you got all them little things, you can go on the app and see all them. You gotta feel blessed, and you can order like some food on this Uber Eats, and you got a dog, or you got food in your fridge, and you got heat when it's cold outside, and you got AC when it's hot outside, and you can go to your fridge and drink water, soda, Gatorade. You got a coffee, you got a Keurig. I got a Keurig. I feel rich. I'm gonna keep saying that. But if you could make coffee in your house, you don't gotta leave. Or if you got a car, if you want to go to the store, you can get in your vehicle and just pull off. You know what I mean? People can't do that. So you just gotta be happy with what you have. That's key. Stop staring at your everything you have like it's less than and you could do better. And you just got to realize that what you already have is pretty awesome. So that's the key to being happy. And that's overrated. Just stop putting that on other people. If I had that girl, then no, it don't work like that. It comes from you. It comes from you being happy with what you already have. It's inside job. Happiness.
Love it, buddy. All right, my last underrated. I think it's a joint underrated, man. For Variety Sports Network, man. The guys at Variety Sports. Again, I said at the beginning of the show, but if y'all are just tuning in, or if you tuned in late, so Mike and I are no longer part of Variety Sports, and it was nothing to do with them, nothing to do with us. It was just we've got an opportunity to really make something special here with some of our friends in Atlanta, and that's what we're going to do. And look, but like I said, could not be a better group of guys. They work hard. They put out good content. The shows that they have, like they're changing up things. So like really, like they're kind of focusing more on their network shows, which is good. That's what they should do, because that I think they'll be able to grow faster. They're a network that there's so much competition. They're trying to compete with everybody, and y'all know, like it's not easy for us, even with a specified thing as the Falcons, and as many content creators that are good ones for the Falcons, like and I mean, and we know, like, our audience watches multiple Falcon shows, and that's great. We want that's great. We want everybody to be successful. Awesome, love it. But it's that much tougher when you're trying to like do every sport and on a national level, And I mean, then that's what they're doing with Talking the Gridiron and seventh inning stretch, double. The shows they have for the NBA, MLB, like they're challenging these ESPN, MLB Network, like that's the type of but I encourage you guys to check them out, because again, they put in the work, they put in great content, they have great opinions, they put out great content. They talk about the stories that are new, like that are relevant to that league or relevant to those things. So just check them out, man. Variety Sports Network on YouTube. Drop them a subscription. Like I said, we're not even on there anymore. But I'm just telling you, like those are great guys. So they deserve a sub. They deserve, because I guarantee you'll like one. You're gonna like one or two of the shows. If you're an MLB fan, you'll like seventh inning stretch. If you're an NFL fan, you'll like Talking the Gridiron Saturday morning tailgate. For the college football fans, again, like this. Yeah, I think y'all will really enjoy it. It's good. It's not Mike and I, of course. But hey, they are great dudes, man. So, and again, they were nothing but great to us the entire time we were there. The 2 years that we were there on Variety Sports, and again, we supported them, they supported us, and we're still going to continue to support them. They're going to support us, even though we're not doing the same thing. Again, we're going to end up on some of their shows again, doing some crossovers and stuff like that. But just underrated, man, because it's easy to go overlooked in this biggest space as YouTube is, and this biggest space, especially as YouTube Sports is trying to make a name for yourself in this big ass world of content creation, which Mike and I were brand new to when we did this. We had no idea what we're doing. We still have half an idea of what we're doing, but we have a goal. We have we have plans in place to hit that goal. So that's where we're at. So I just have a ton of respect for those guys and what they try to do. They're like us. They work full-time jobs. They're trying their hardest to make that thing work. And I do believe it will work. And it's just going to take, like I said, just the time and eyes on it. But they're growing, man. And so if y'all see this at Variety Sports, man, shout out to you guys. We love you guys. And underrated as hell.
I gotta piggyback on that, and I'm gonna do a two-pronged approach to that. I want to thank those guys for believing us. I think we were a risk when we first came into this, because I didn't even know, and John didn't even know if it was gonna be trash or there's something that we didn't know. And those were one of the first people that took a big risk on us. Like, they contacted us and they made us feel good because they wanted us on their network, and they gave us a platform and they held us up. And they always had our back. And they gave us the thing me and John talked about was complete freedom. It will be all we need, complete freedom to do it whatever way we want to do it without no. And they let us do that. And I never forget that. I'll forever be grateful. Like they was like, do whatever you want, but just do it on our network. And we was eternally grateful for that. And like John said, it's no hard feelings. It's not a beat. I don't want y'all to think like we will be on their station, they'll still be on ours. So I just want to thank those guys for believing in us before we had anything to believe in, before we even got any form of traction to where they couldn't look and see, oh, they're gonna be something. They already believed. So these are the people, and I got all those people in my mind too in the chat note before we was anything that you could see was gonna roll. That you had faith in us. I will never forget those people and those names, and I intend to return the favor. So I just want to do one right now. I said it was a two-pronged approach. I got a TikTok follower. Her name is Paige. She dance. All right. I don't mean stripper dance. I'm not just this is not that type of dance. But she danced, and I just want to give her some encouragement and say that I believe in you. And I think that you can do anything you put your mind to, and the way you doing it is like, it's new, it's creative, and it's awesome. If y'all see this girl, she's so creative with her dances. She's so entertaining with her dances. Always fun, always positive, was always a vibe. I just thought her channel was dope, and she was going through something. I just wanted to give her some positive encouragement and say that I believe in you the way they believed in us. So I just want to say I wish you the best of luck, and I think you can keep going, because I enjoy it and we all love you, Paigey. So that's my TikTok homegirl. I hope she go far with it, and you will go far with it. Just keep going. And again, man, thank you to everybody that believed in me and John, because before we even knew this was going to be something that was going to roll off, like we about to take this to the stratosphere. But before we even got here, we started down here, and a lot of y'all was with us when we was first getting going. I never forget it.
100%, man. Great way to end the show, buddy. Great way to end the show. We at an hour 45, which is about where we typically end up. One way or another, we end up getting to about 1 hour 45. So a few more comments and we will get out of here, man. Sour people said hoping for Turner. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, buddy. I'm kind of on that train too. Wallace said, I know everybody's talking about trading back, but it's not easy to trade back as it is to trade, because they have to have a team that wants to trade up. Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. And that's what you're hoping for, is a team that wants to get up there. And hopefully, so for wrestling, we would layer up workouts to make. Dude, I had a best friend who was
that's hilarious.
One of my best friends was he's actually a state champion wrestler our senior year in high school, and he did some crazy shit to make weight. I mean, like he really would. And Wallace said if May is still on the board at 8, I think they will draft him and they'll try to trade back up.
I got you.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, that's a tough scenario, man. What you brought up. So anyway, guys, so we're out, man. We appreciate you guys. I think Mike, that we got, and I'm not 100% sure. I got to double check with JR, but we might be invited to be on their show on Tuesday this week.
Okay.
So I got to see if you're in town, number one. If not, I think either one of us or both of us possibly will be on there. And then we're going to be probably Thursday this week for our own show, because again, during this baseball season for my son, it's his practices fluctuate based on whether or not we're playing that weekend. So it could there's more, there's less. So our days kind of have to go back and forth. It's going to be probably a Tuesday or a Thursday, no matter what. But that's just kind of how it's going to go. We're shooting to have Dave from the Falcoholic back on. In contact with him, so he hopefully be good for Thursday, but we'll ask a double check with him. But either way, like I said, look for us pound for pound hopefully on Tuesday, if that works out for both of us. But regardless, like I said, just keep your eye on the channel and you can be updated then. And I should be back on Twitter a little bit more, I think, over the next week or so. So I'll keep it there.
Man, so if I'm y'all, I would do a parlay. Who gonna post first? Is it me or John? Or are we gonna stay on vacation? Because we talking like we coming back for this week. And who's gonna post first, or are we gonna stay on vacation? And I also do want to throw this in there to John Ye. I heard a quote a time that I thought was really important. It said, summer bodies are created in the winter.
Yeah.
And it's April now. It'll be April. Dog, I'm in the best shape of my life, John Yates. I mean, like I'd stare at I know don't nobody care and they want to hear this. I look at myself in the mirror when I get in the shower and out the shower in awe. I have never been built like I'm built right now. I'm in the best shape of my life. And that comes from starting when it was cold outside. So I've done like all y'all do. I start when it's crunch time and it's too late. Then I'm coming from behind and it don't never pan out. I cannot wait for the summer now because I'm taking my shirt off at funerals, church meetings, at any excuse I got to take this shirt off. I'm taking it off. I've been working hard. I'm in the best shape of my life, but I've been on it, Johnny Yates. I've been on it, man. I've been on it, and I started early, and it's gonna be a good summer, buddy. I'm in shape.
Makes me extremely happy, buddy. I'm glad to hear that, dude. All right. So we appreciate y'all again for hanging out with us on this. Y'all that came in the chat, thank y'all so much for checking us out live. We appreciate y'all as always. If you're watching on replay, hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for us. If you're listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, drop us a 5-star review. And if you comment, leave a comment on either thing to iTunes, Spotify. We will shout you out on the show like we did for Reginald this week and move on. And if you have any questions like the email, thank you, Rachel, for the email. You can email us atlfalconfancast@gmail.com. Merchandise, again, it's been scrolling around the bottom of the screen there, bonfire.com/store/out of your Falcon mind with dashes in between out of your Falcon mind. And we appreciate y'all so much, man. We will catch y'all next week. Y'all have a great rest of your Sunday night, Easter Sunday night, and have a great week. We'll catch y'all hopefully Tuesday, but we'll let y'all know. Mike, take us up.
Out of your Falcon mind. Peace.